the room. Let me know if you have questions. We can make this a really intimate chat. Excited to show you guys more about OhmConnect. Great. Okay, come on, next slide. Let's go. All right, so OhmConnect is a free service that pays people to reduce energy. And I know that sounds too good to be true, and I'm going to explain to you how exactly it works so you can trust the service and be excited about signing up, because we get people excited and empowered to save energy, and that's what I love about working at OhmConnect. So this is a map of how an average California person uses energy throughout the day. Or like this is the aggregate. So everyone in California, this is what the shape of our energy use looks like. And what's important to see is at nighttime, we have this major peak. You get off of work, you're doing your dishes, laundry, you turn your lights on, you're watching TV. This is the peak time, like anywhere across the world or across the country. But what's really interesting is we also have a lot of solar power here, which is great. And we have a ton of solar available load during the day. But at nighttime, when we are using a ton of energy, we don't have as much solar power available, right? Because the sun sets. We don't have yet the battery technology available to store all of that available solar and use it at night. And so the solution right now is at nighttime, when we have this peak load and there's no solar, is we do things called peaker power plants. And these are power plants located all across the state that ramp up really, really quick, and they supply energy. Now, what's wrong with the peaker power plant is they are very expensive because they operate only 6% of the time. So this is the most expensive energy you're going to use during the day. And you're paying for that in your PG&E rate. But not only that, they are so unsustainable. The one we have in Oakland runs off of jet fuel. Like, yes, jet fuel. That is what runs our local peaker power plant when we are using our energy at night. That's not ideal. In addition to it being expensive. So that's where OhmConnect steps in. Because the energy at that time of the day is so expensive, we basically see when this expensive thing happens. That means the peaker power plant is turning on and we say, hey, it's time to reduce, and we will pay you to reduce your energy. And actually the markets will pay us to pay you to reduce your energy because it's so expensive right then. So that's where OhmConnect comes in, with the eventual help or hope that your energy use shifts throughout the day to different times, right? So if you typically do your dishes right after dinner, perhaps do it in the middle of the day when there's solar power available. So that's the type of encouragement we're trying to have happen, but we can pay you to reduce and shift. So in summary, we have some energy spikes that happen because peaker power plants are very expensive. The energy market will then pay us to tell you to reduce. So you'll reduce, the energy market pays us and they said, good job, they reduced. And then we pass on those savings to you. So that's exactly what happens. That's how OhmConnect works. And so basically you are being part of a power plant, you're being part of the system. And you're having your demand now meet the supply. That's why it's called demand response. So now that we know the background and how it works, let me explain to you a little bit more about the product, the interface, and how you can participate with it. So you can sign up really easily at ohmconnect.com/Bayron. We have this QR code available. I'll have it again at the end of this presentation, but really sign up is very quick and easy. It only takes a minute. You just go to this website, put in your information. They'll have you connect to your utility account. So that would be PG&E, even though a lot of people here are probably part of a CCA, PG&E is the account you want to sign in through. Then once you're signed in, you can actually claim or you could have the offer of some free smart thermostats or free smart devices, or connect your existing household devices. I'll get into that a little bit more later. And then throughout the time of operation, we'll text or email you whenever there's an energy event, and that's called an Ohm hour or an auto ohm. The system will teach you all the intricacies of it. We can get more into that if we have time at the end, but they'll let you know when it happens, and all you have to do is turn down. You'll get points for the amount you reduce, and you can cash that out for gift cards, cash, more discounted smart devices, and I'll show you more details on that soon. So why should you do this? Well, one, as I mentioned, you can get some really cool smart home devices for free or cheap And I'll get more into that in the next slide, but who doesn't love free and cheap things? Also, this is a great way to be empowered to participate in the green economy. Usually, if you want to participate in clean energy, you have to install solar panels, which is really expensive. You have to own your home. That's not something a lot of us can do. This is the only sustainable thing you can do that will pay you to participate, which is amazing. And then finally, of course, those rewards that you can get for participating, which I love as well. So I mentioned a lot about devices. Right now we have an offer where you can either get a free smart plug or a smart thermostat for $40. And what's exciting, or under $40. And what's really exciting about smart devices, it increases your rewards by over four times as much. That's because it's automated. You don't have to think about, okay, I need to go turn off everything in my house. You can just have the system do it for you. And that's all with your permission. You're saying, yes, I want my devices to participate, or no, that is always your choice. But if you have them connected and you say you want to have them participate, you're going to see much higher rewards in the end because of it, and really be connecting to the smart grid of the future. And no, there is no minimum to participate. If you claim your smart device and you are not saving as much energy as you hoped, or you decide it's not for you, that is okay. We're not going to say give it back. So this is what the platform looks like once you get it. Once you sign on to OhmConnect, we have all these different screens, so you can see what your upcoming energy events are, what devices you have connected. You don't have to have a device connected. It just is better when you do. Your total points, a reward screen. And then what's really exciting that I love is referrals. We have referral bonuses anywhere from $20 to $50. I have myself made hundreds of dollars over the summer just by referring friends to OhmConnect. So that is a nice side hustle right there. And the rewards, I know the part we're all excited about. With the points that you earn, we call them watts. You can spin the wheel and get a bunch of different prizes, discounted smart devices. This actually isn't that much of a discount compared to what we have running right now, so we'll have to get that updated. You can win prizes like right here, it shows a solar backpack, but we've done trips to Disneyland, trips to Yosemite, a Peloton bike, stand-up paddleboard set, just lots of really cool stuff you can enter into. You can donate to a cause, which I always love. And finally, of course, cash. We always love cash, and you can just cash right out. So that is it. That's the quick and simple what OhmConnect is, how we work, what's in it for you. All you have to do is go to ohmconnect.com/Bayren to sign up. Very simple. So if anyone has any questions, I'd be happy to answer them for you. You can either shout it out or put it in the chat.
I'll just say, I just scanned the QR code and it worked great. Brought me right to the link to sign up. So if you have your phone, it's very easy.
Awesome. There really is no catch. I feel like that's why I do these presentations, because it sounds too good to be true.
So how do you track how much the energy usage dropped by? I mean, you actually have real-time information about the house?
So when you sign up, you connect us to your PG&E account, and PG&E, almost everyone I think in California has a smart home meter. So everyone in PG&E has a smart home meter. So PG&E already knows at what time of the day you're using how much energy. When you sign up, you're just saying that PG&E can share that data with us. So essentially with a lot of complicated math to account for changes in weather and time of day, we can see what your energy reduction is. And this is a formula essentially the state of California came up with.
So you get it real time, or you get some sort of average calculation or something like that?
It takes a couple days for PG&E to send us the data. But so you'll get your results a couple days later, but we do on the day of event for every device you have connected, if it participates in the event, you get those points right away. So you get some points right away and some points a couple days later, and we let you know when those points are in your account.
So I basically just plug, say, with your smart plug, I plug my refrigerator in the garage, the one in the kitchen, and the wine fridge. I plug those into those plugs, and then do I get an alert? I have to activate the plug, or does it go automatically?
It will go automatically, but you can also say, no, I don't want it to participate. So it's a great question. I have actually a smart plug on my refrigerator right now. I just have it go automatically. And every time there's an Ohm hour, there's actually going to be one tonight for me at 7 o'clock. My refrigerator will just turn off for the hour. If you get smart plugs and plug them into all of your refrigerators, you are going to save so much energy and get a lot of points. I'd be very excited to be on the receiving end of that for you.
Great, thank you.
So can you explain briefly, if I connect my refrigerator or TV or whatever to a smart plug, how do you control the energy usage?
Yeah, great question. So the smart plugs are Wi-Fi enabled. So essentially we just tell the internet to turn off your plugs. I have smart plugs attached to, for example, in my room, my light, which doesn't have a huge, I have it turned off right now, but I can just turn it on and off with my voice. So there's a lot of really cool things you can do with smart plugs. In general, this is one of probably the best advantages because it's the one thing you can do that makes you money, but it's just because it's connected to the internet and the grid. And so when there's an event, we'll tell you there's going to be an event. And we'll say, hey, we're going to turn off your devices that you've connected. But you can go into your account and say, please don't, just one click.
Does it have to be your smart? Sorry, go ahead.
So you basically are saying you will turn off the power to my refrigerator?
If you give us permission to do so, yes.
Well, I don't want that.
Oh, but then you don't have to do that. That's
you'll be
completely
fine
optional. So
if the
I
door
have
is
my refrigerator
closed.
turn off for an hour because it's gonna retain the coldness for up to 8 hours. So actually for me, I'm okay with it, but you can say, no, that's not what I want to have happen. That's not required at all.
I see. Thanks.
My question was the smart plug. Do I have to use yours, or we have smart plugs throughout the house, voice activated kind of thing? Do those work as well?
Yep, that works as well. We have our own branded smart plugs, but I also have TP-Link. That's a really big brand. Almost every smart plug brand we work with.
Oh, great. Perfect. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, another question. If I have a smart plug connected to the TV and you turn off the power, I lose the TV, right?
Yes, but you can also opt out and you can say, no, I don't want it to turn off.
I see. Okay.
I just joined a couple of minutes back, so I want to understand what this is all about.
Yeah, let me go up a few slides for you just to catch you back up. So go to the first slide. So OhmConnect is literally a free service that will pay you to reduce your energy. I explained basically how it works, but essentially the state of California and power systems will pay us to pay you to reduce your energy when the grid is stressed, because it's more expensive and dirty to ramp up power production at night when there's a huge peak of demand. And so basically we have really expensive energy, really dirty energy at night. And then the market pays us to pay you. You get rewards through us for reducing your energy when the grid needs it most. And you can sign up very easily. The QR code here, the one I had on the previous page, will let you know every time there's an energy event. This happens about once a week on average. But sometimes twice a week in the summer when it's really intense, when there's a lot of heat waves, particularly the energy prices get very high and very dirty. And so we'll say, hey, right now is a great time to be turning down your energy. So you can do that either automatically with connected smart home devices, or you can just do it yourself behaviorally and just go around and turn things off yourself.
I have solar at home. How does that work?
Yeah, you can definitely connect as a solar user. That's not a problem. I know that you have net metering. So essentially what would happen is your net would be even more drastic, right? So because you're using less energy at night, even though your solar panels aren't going, you're still taking less from the grid at that point. And so essentially the net metering would average out to be like you would get a little bit more essentially, but you're taking less from the grid at night. So that is why it still works with you, if that makes sense. If that doesn't make sense, I can try again.
Yeah, I got it. I got it.
Okay.
I have one cheeky question. So if you're passing the savings on, who pays you? And it's I'm not trying to set you up here. I'm just curious because no one works for free.
Yeah, no, of course. So PG&E pays us, the CCAs around the state, basically anyone that provides you power. We essentially operate as a power plant. We are a virtual power plant, and the energy we provide is negative energy. So we literally just get paid as any power producer would.
Oh, good. Thanks.
Yeah, it's not even taxpayer dollars. It's just lowering your bill rates.
So you pay the customers, so whoever signs up, out of what you get paid, right?
Yep, that's correct.
Any idea what percentage?
So I'm not sure like per kilowatt what percentage we pass on, but a lot of families see somewhere between $100 and $300 earned throughout the year, and that's in addition to $20 to $50 reduced off of your electricity bills across the year as well.
So I need to log into my PG&E account and share it with you from your
That's
website.
correct. Yeah, and so PG&E that's authorizing PG&E to share your energy use data because they have a smart meter on your home. They can see at what time of the day you use so much energy.
Right.